Good news, everyone. Evil Genius Zero here, bringing you another conversation about Lost, Club Lost. We're going to talk about episodes 13 and 14 of the first season. They are titled Hearts and Minds and Special. And something I do like about both of these episodes is we're learning about characters we haven't focused on before at all. So Hearts and Minds primarily focuses a little bit more on Boone, but also Shannon. And I hate her. She's a bitch, but I like that we're at least learning something new. Because we've had repeats with Jack and Kate in the previous two episodes. So it's nice to see we're finally covering people. And then Special primarily focuses on Michael, but there's some stuff in there about Walt too, and more about Walt in the present timeline than anything else. So, Hearts and Minds. The big arc for Boone during this episode is that he wants to share that they found the hatch with his sister, Shannon. But Locke does not think that's a good idea at all. Locke basically cold cocks him from behind and knocks him out. And, restrains him in this really weird way in which one arm's in front and one arm's in back, and he puts a knife in front of him and he's like, when you're properly motivated, you're going to be able to get out of this. So do that. And then he puts this stuff on Boone's head. We learned by the end of the episode that the stuff he put on Boone's head was actually a hallucinogenic medication. Some kind of mushroom paste or something. And Boone has this vision of Shannon screaming out like a couple hundred feet away, and it motivates him to the point where he's able to like pull forward even though it's like hurting his other arm or something. Grabs the knife, cuts himself loose, runs to find her, cuts her loose. They're running from some kind of monster. But then she gets attacked by the monster and gets killed. Which is great for me. It's just awesome for me because I fucking hate Shannon and fuck her, she's dead. Except, guess what? She's fucking not dead. They fucking kill her and she doesn't fucking die because fuck you, Lost. Fuck you, Evil Genius Zero. Fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? Those little cock teases, they fucking murder her in front of you. It's glorious. She's covered in little cuts and shit, and then she's a fucking live. None of this really happened because Boone hallucinated the whole goddamn thing. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that so fucking hard. Fucking hate Shannon. Okay, so why do I hate Shannon? Because all she's done is fucking nothing. Now, she does a little bit in this episode. She has to be, fucking drug into it by Sayid, right? Sayid basically has to be like, you're the only one who can... I don't know why he's suddenly Latin. He's speaking Latin, but he's Latin. Anyways, he's like, Shannon, you're the only one who can translate this from French. You're the only person on this island who speaks French. Except for the fucking French lady. Can't go ask her for help. Don't know why. Can't ask the French lady for help, but whatever. Translating her own shit doesn't make a goddamn thing. Doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense that he can't ask the French lady for help with his own fucking map, her own fucking map. But whatever. So Shannon is somewhat helpful to Sayid there. Okay, good. And flashbacks. So the flashback focuses on mostly Boone, but a little bit of Shannon. And we learn that they aren't, biological brother and sister. They're actually, stepbrother and sister, and they met when he was 10, she was 8. We don't really understand how old they are, other than she's been married before. They're both fairly young looking, so I would put them mid-20s at the latest. But, I don't know, the ages are real fuzzy. Especially since she's been married before, and he's like the COO of some sort of business involving wedding dresses. Whatevs. So, we know why Shannon is in Sydney, Australia. She is there with a boyfriend. We know exactly why Boone's there. She has called him. She's basically saying she's in trouble and she needs his help, which he rushes off to do. He gets there and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And he is like, "Well, I'm here to rescue you. I'm Luke Skywalker and shit." And she basically, her boyfriend's there, and she like does this thing to kind of show him the bruise while the boyfriend's looking away, and she's like, "We'll talk later," kind of thing. We're going out. So he goes and he tries to file some sort of police report, and they're like, "Yo, dude, we don't do that without the actual victim present. This is ridiculous." And so he goes and tries to bribe the dude, gives him $50,000, a check with $50,000, and then he goes to collect Shannon. And then as soon as he gets there, like she's like, "Ah, no, I'm not going with you. What do you? This is ridiculous. I'm not doing it." And the guy shows up and immediately blows her cover. She has intentionally fucked with his mind, pretended that she's being abused, so that she can like just squeeze some money out of him. And the boyfriend like is like, "Yeah, this is what happened," and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Beats Boone up a little bit. Boone leaves, and then he fucking apparently walks out on her too. So she gets drunk, finds him at his hotel, and is like, I know why you're here, and you've screwed things up with my boyfriend, dickhead, and you've always fucking loved me, and that's why you're here." And they imply that they fuck. Which is still really creepy. I mean, they're even if they're not biological brother and sister like Jaime and Cersei Lannister, they still are brother and sister, and they've known each other since they were like 8 and 10 respectively. Thankfully, whatever life decisions I made did not result in me fucking anyone I knew when I was 10 years old. Because I think that would be slightly traumatic. I know that some people end up doing that. It's also different because they lived together and like for a time they shared parents. That's just weird. It's like TV forgivable. Like Jaime and Cersei, like everyone's always creeped out by that. That's like the worst case of that because they're twins. But this shit is just ugh. It was nasty. And for 2003, like this is some deep shit, man. Episode 14 special. This is a cool episode. It focuses again primarily on Michael, but we see a little bit of like Walt's history too. In fact, there's like one or two backstory scenes from Walt's perspective that Michael has nothing to do with, and are really interesting. So, it's mostly like we show like how happy Michael was to be this father, but things aren't going so great with him and the girlfriend. The girlfriend is like really successful and he's not very successful at the time. And like maybe 6 months into Walt being born, being a baby or whatever, she's like, "I'm moving to Amsterdam, got a job there." She moves to Amsterdam. A couple months later, she moves to Amsterdam. He's on a phone call with her and like on a payphone. She's like, "Yo, dude, I'm actually getting married, or I'm with this dude." And so that's it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm coming to get my son," and he walks in front of a fucking car by accident. And so 2 months goes by. He's trying to get rehabbed and all that fun stuff. But he's going to need like a year of rehab. She offers to pay for all of his medical bills, basically under the condition that he sign away his custodial rights to her current boyfriend, who's going to be her husband, and he will raise him as his own. He's going to adopt him to raise him as his own. The next scene we really get is when, and Michael refuses this. The next scene we really get is Walt when he's like 10 or 9 or something like that. And he's like starved for attention, And there's an implication that he somehow caused a bird to kill itself. We don't really, like, by flying into the window, and possibly caused his mother to be sick and die of some sort of blood disease that's unexplained. So, again, due to lack of attention or something. We don't really know. And that's creepy and scary, and I like it. But we don't know much at all about that other than that. The boyfriend / husband is trying to pawn Walt off on Michael, who is like, what the fuck? You're crazy. Like, all right, but I'll go pick him up. So he comes to pick him up. Him and Walt get into some kind of fight when he's first coming to pick him up. And then that's kind of it. Like, we know that they're going off together. Mainland story, Walt, is trying to bond with Locke. Locke is teaching him how to throw knives and shit, and that's cool. And then Michael keeps telling him not to and getting into arguments with Locke. And Locke is trying to be respectful about that, but you can kind of see from Michael's perspective that it's not really like what he wants. So, and it's not really going well. He keeps threatening Locke. And it's just not a good look for anybody. So Walt kind of runs off on his own and gets basically attacked by a polar bear. And he gets like in this like bamboo sprout or whatever, and is able to stay away from the polar bear for a couple minutes while Mike and Locke work as a coordinated team to rescue him. And it's a nice little thing, and we get that everyone's kind of hunky-dory at the end there. And then Locke and Boone are kind of looking for the dog that ran off and caused kind of some of this. And they hear some like bushes rumbling in the thing, and they're like, oh no, maybe it's the polar bear. Turns out it's Claire. Claire's returned. So these 4 episodes, Claire's gone. I think they kind of work, good as a pairing, but this is going to be my first split up to talk about 2 episodes and then 2 episodes or whatever. So I liked it. I liked that we're learning about these new characters. I liked that, we learned a little bit about them, and some of the stuff we learned is really weird or creepy and interesting, like Walt maybe has super magic powers, and Boone is a giant lifelong creeper on his fucking stepsister, and she is honestly disgusting. Which I've never really liked her. I thought she was lazy and just a fucking bitch the whole time. But now, and I guess really I knew that this was coming up, guys. I've never liked her for 10 fucking years. Or 14 fucking years. But it's so creepy. And then I kind of didn't talk about this, but after they fuck, she's basically like, alright, we're going back to LA and things are going back the way they were. And he's like, yeah, sure, Shannon, whatever. I do like that since, Boone had this vision, he's trying to distance himself from Shannon, and she doesn't really know what to do with that. So that's kind of a cool little twist on it. I'm really looking forward to the next couple episodes, guys. So if you have any comments or questions or concerns or anything like that, please message me on Facebook at EvilGenius0 or comment below. If you like these videos, please like and share them. And like my Facebook page at EvilGenius0. And that's it, guys. Catch you on the next Lost episode.